Marc Spears from the Undefeated joins us now. And Marc, we heard some compelling conversation in the last few days from players. And it was talk, and that talk became action on Wednesday. When did you get the sense, Marc, that this could happen?
It started Monday afternoon after the Bucks' last win. After the game, you would think they'd be talking about closing out the series against the Magic, but George Hill was like, man, I'm tired of these crooked-ass cops. And that led to a very interesting press conference in which basketball wasn't talked about it. So it was there where I was like, all right, I need to start keeping my eye on what's going on here. Tuesday night, the Celtics and the Raptors met quietly about whether they should play or not in their next game. And they decided that they likely would continue to play, but they wanted to meet again tonight. Well, that meeting got canceled, but you had Doc Rivers' emotional plea last night. And then this morning you see the video of the vigilante, and I think that kind of made the boiling pot even hotter. In terms of this morning, you know, the Raptors and the Celtics were talking about sitting and meeting again, and perhaps that got to the Bucks. Like, look, this is something that happened in our state. You know, how can we let them be the ones that lead it? Or how can we let the Lakers be the one that don't play? And so the Orlando Magic actually showed up to the arena despite having conversations with executives that they were going to play, thinking that they were going to play. And the Bucks did do some shooting and working out, but about 20 minutes before game time, George Hill and company decided it was best not to play, and kind of shocked the Bucks and shocked the rest of the league as well, and certainly had some after effects with Sterling and George talking about not playing.
It was my understanding, Marc, that they were fully prepared to take a loss. They'd forfeit the game, but that ultimately became a postponement. And I mean, in real time, I understand sitting a day, but if you sit on Wednesday and you play on Friday, I'm trying to figure out what would be accomplished. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to figure out what the plan is and what the hope is if it was simply a short term. Obviously that you pivot, because if teams are willing to say they wouldn't play at all on Wednesday night, then that's an entirely different deal. But I'm wondering if you get a sense from the players you talk to about what sitting for perhaps a short period of time, what the ultimate hope of that would be.
Well, I think what they saw today is how much power they have. We've been talking about them for hours, Scott. They shook up the sports world. The WNBA followed. Major League Baseball followed. But to your point, like, where do they go from here? What will they accomplish from here? I wholly believe that what they're doing in here, talking to us every day, talking on Zooms every day for the media that's not here, the stories that are written around the world are having a greater impact than they even realize. The problem is, man, we're so insulated in here, I barely know what's going on. I live in the Bay Area. It's burning down right now. My mom lives in New Orleans, and there's a damn storm maybe coming her way, but I got to hear that from my friends. So I don't think these guys really know what they're really, the impact of the amazing that they're doing is doing to this world. But it's unfair for them to think that they could kill racism, that they could kill bigotry and injustice by hooping. That's too much for them to bear. But I do think that little by little they could change people's hearts, maybe get some police reform. And Doc Rivers told them tonight, like, get some tangible things that you could do. John Lucas, another veteran, told him tonight, get some things that you could do immediate, not things that are long term. So I think there's going to be a lot of thinking and brainstorming going on, but ultimately, I don't know if they really can have the answer in 24 hours.
No,
but they have to know that being here is a lot louder than being on the outside, where I really haven't heard much from anybody on the outside. I will say this, Scott. Jaylen Brown also asked them, okay, if you guys leave here, are you just going to leave and go chill and hang out with your families and lose that loneliness, or are you going to be in the trenches? Are you going to be in the streets? And so to me, if you leaving just to leave and be mad, that's a waste of time. If you're going to do what Jaylen Brown said, be in the streets, be active, but to leave just because Like, if you're going to be
Right.
about it. And let's see if they leave, they got to be about it, because they're certainly going to lose a lot about it, to be
Right.
honest with you.
And Mark, the final thought I have, and you allude to it well, about being in this bubble. And yes, the players are well compensated. Everyone understands that. But there is, from my understanding of people that have been inside it, this feeling of disconnect. And you're separated from family. You're separated from people you care about. And I just wonder how much that feeling of isolation has magnified feelings of anger and frustration, and if that led to perhaps some of what we saw.
Well, I'll say this real quick. Next Monday, families that are quarantining, whose teams are still alive, they get to reunite with their families. So when you see a man get shot 7 times with his kids in the back seat and you haven't seen your family in 2 months, perhaps that causes a lot of the emotions that you're having right now as well.
Mark, as always, it's been real heavy lately, but I always appreciate the conversation with you whenever they happen. Be well, and we'll talk again soon, okay?
Oh, yeah, man. Pray for my mama and the people of Louisiana, man. Let's
No
be
doubt.
okay. No more floods and hurricanes and stuff.
Texas, too. Our thoughts are with them. Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you.